Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Time for a little lesson about adding and subtracting polynomials. So you're gonna have to flip the page over. You might notice up here the title is pretty small. Sorry about that. One day I will update the formatting on this and make it big. But here we go. So this is the assignment. It's really just one page, but let's look at a few things. So go in and look at number 4. I want you to look at number 4 and see what's there. Your job is to add these things together. What do you remember about adding things together? Well, hopefully you remember that there's a few things. Well, we got these like parenthesis things. Those are kind of stopping things from coming together. We need to deal with that. And you may have noticed we have some like exponents here, or lack of exponents. You can only combine terms together or add terms together if they have the same power on the variable. And so since this guy is t squared and this one's just t, you actually can't subtract them like it says to. You can only combine it with other things that have the same power. And so we got two obstacles, two things we need to deal with. We need to deal with parentheses and we need to deal with powers and combining terms with the same powers. Okay. Well, normally the way you get rid of parentheses is you times by the thing in front. Well, in this case, it's just 1. On both of these, distribute times all by 1. So really we get 2t squared minus 5t plus 2 plus 5t plus 3t squared. All right, now it's out of parentheses. Essentially, it's the exact same thing, but now it's not parentheses. But I did want to mention the distribution part because it does show up. We're just kind of starting with the easy one that doesn't have timesing by something right now. And now that we have things out of the parentheses, we can go through and try and find our like terms, which again are the ones that have the same powers on the variables. And so things that have t squared will go together. That's going to be these guys. Things that have just plain old t go together. That's going to be these two. And then this 2 here doesn't have a t at all. It doesn't have a buddy to combine with, so it's going to be kind of by itself. So we got 2t squared plus 3t squared. That's going to give you 5t squared. We got negative 5t and positive 5t. Well, negative 5 plus 5 is 0. So we got like 0t, which is just nothing. And then we got 2, which is a positive 2 or plus 2. And so really, our expression here is going to be just 5t squared plus 2, because these 5t's here just added out. Cool. Let's jump to another one. Ooh, let's look at 5. I want you to look at this and just see if you can figure out what's different. Hopefully you notice it's this thing right here. Yeah, that thing right there is different. And you know how I mentioned like distribution earlier and it kind of didn't do anything? Well, it does something this time. And so on this one, we do need to get rid of the parentheses. We do need to distribute, but we're not distributing just like a positive one. We're going to treat it like a negative one because we're supposed to be subtracting this whole piece. So all of it's going to get a sign change by timesing by -1 to each of those. This guy over here, it still just has a positive 1 out front. So you essentially just drop the parentheses on that. But we got 8u to the third plus 5u. And then over here, we're going to get minus 4u minus 8u squared and then plus 5u to the third. Again, you got to take the negative and -1 and times by each of these in turn down the line. Okay, so now we got rid of parentheses. Once again, we're going to combine like terms. Things with the same powers go together. So we got u to the third here, another u to the third. You got a u to the first, another u to the first, and then you got a u to the second. You may have noticed I kind of put these in a little bit different order than you might anticipate. I'll talk about that next. But we got 8u to the third plus 5u to the third. That is 13u to the third. And then we got just a negative 8u squared. It didn't have a buddy to combine with. And then we got 5u minus 4u, which is going to be plus 1u or just plus u. All right, 1u is the same thing as just u. And I want to talk about this order I put it in. This is what we would call standard order. These things here are called polynomials. And the reason they're called polynomials, poly meaning plural, nomials is, well, nomials. Nomials you can think of as terms that have a variable with them. So each one of these has a variable with it, and there's some sort of number that goes in front of it. So the numbers in front is called a coefficient, and then we have our terms with the u's with different powers. Okay. Well, this polynomial has what we call a power or an order. And the power or order of your polynomial is based on the highest power on your variable. So in this case, since it's 3, we'd call this a third order polynomial. Okay. Or a polynomial of the third power. Okay. So if we look at the one we just did back here, this one only has 2 terms in the polynomial in the result here. Whereas this had 2 terms, this had 3 terms at the beginning. It doesn't matter how many terms it is for what order or power it is. It's all about the highest power. So this is going to be a second order polynomial. Okay. So that's just a bit of things to know. And that's going to take us to the next part here. Which is trying to solve this equation. And so, when we're trying to solve this equation, first things first is don't panic. I know we've been talking about this year, but still don't panic. This question mark is not one thing. This question mark is an entire polynomial. And so, this polynomial, this question mark is an entire polynomial, but we have to find out what it is. Okay. Well, something that helps a lot. Oh no, what have I done? Something that helps a lot is remembering that this is an equation. And if you have an equation, you can solve said equation. You can think of this as like A minus B equals C. Well, if I wanted to solve for B, I could just like add B over here. And now I got A equals C plus B. And I can subtract the C part off. So really, B is A minus C. That's one way to think about it. Or if I can solve this a different way. I can subtract A. I got negative B equals C minus A. And this is a negative 1, so I'm just going to times by negative 1 to get the sign right there. So times by negative 1. And now I got B equals negative C plus A. Both of those are fine. This is actually the same thing. A minus C is the same thing as negative C plus A. And so I can use this kind of like algebraic knowledge to move the pieces of my equation around. I can think of this as A, this is B, and this is C. Well, I can put this guy over here and then deal with the sign. Or I can put B over here and then subtract C that way. Which is going to be the shortest path because there's less sign changing. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to just put plus question mark. And I'm going to subtract this whole thing. Subtract 6x squared plus 4x minus 7 on this side. And I'm going to subtract it over here. 6x squared plus 4x minus 7. Now I'm going to do some simplifying. Right side is just question mark. But over here, I need to, again, deal with my parentheses. This has a 1 in front. This has a 1 in front. So this distributing just gives you 8x squared plus 2x plus 5. But this one, I had to distribute that negative. So distribute. And so I get minus 6x squared minus 4x and plus 7. And now I just need to combine like terms. Those go together, those go together, those go together. And now I got 8x squared minus 6x squared is 2x squared. 2x minus 4x makes negative 2x. And then 5 plus 7 is 12. And that's going to be my resulting polynomial that would go right here. Okay, so I'm using my solving skills, just moving things around on each side of my equation to get, well, question mark all by itself. Okay, so let's try another one. I want you to jump to 14. Pause the video, see if you can figure it out, and come back and check. Did you do it yet? Okay, hold on. You can subtract this whole piece over here. So I'm going to subtract x squared minus 2x plus 1. Because this already has plus things, so I'm just going to leave it like question mark equals all this stuff going on here, which is 6x squared plus 4x minus 7. And then I need a minus x squared plus 2x and minus 1. Right, I'm distributing this negative here to all those. And on the right side, oh, this is a squared here. I can combine stuff. I got 5x squared and plus 6x and minus 8. And that's giving me my question mark. So if you got that, congratulations. If you didn't, hopefully you can see where something went wrong. Good luck on the rest of this.